How are you doing? It's me, John D. Villarreal, four-time national champion, in my opinion, and the Super Genius as well. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do a long-term review of my Asics Gel Venture 8s. These are great. They still look great. If you haven't seen, I've got a number of video reviews on these already and comparing those to the Asics Gel Venture 7 and the Asics Gel Venture 6. I've had a lot of comments on those and people have liked those videos in my opinion, and so I want to try to address some of those comments here. I'm doing this live, so I've got a couple things I need to cover right immediately. First of all, this video is not sponsored by Asics. Okay, I paid for these with my own money, and everything I'm saying is all my personal opinion and my honest opinion as well. Now, there are going to be important disclaimers in the video description below. Please check those out. Those are very important. This is on YouTube. And also, I would say that I'm also going to put a link as to where to get these. Maybe not these specific, but Gel Venture 8s. And listen, so let's dive right into it. So again, check out those disclaimers, very, very important. Let's dive right into it. I love them. I love them. I've been with Asics for a while now. And I have a pair of Nike cross trainers. I think they're Nike. I think they're right. I got to double check those. I got to double check, but I'm pretty sure that I've had for a while. And I like those like when I'm training legs or something in the gym. But in terms of an everyday shoe, and I don't wear these every day. I've had them for about a year and a half. I've kind of sort of, I don't want to say like, protected them or whatever, but I'll use them, and I still have my Gel Venture 7s that I use if I'm going to go and it's muddy out, or if I'm going to do some moving or something like that. So, but I've used these a fair amount. So I mean, definitely consistently, I've used them right here, and you can see a year and a half. I mean, they still look phenomenal. I'm trying to get as much view of these as I can. I mean, they still look great color, great tread, all of it. I mean, I really, really, really like these shoes. In my opinion, just the best Gel Venture that I've had. Not perfect. Nothing is. There's different trade-offs, but I didn't like where they went with the 7, in my opinion. The 6s, I kept buying the 6s, but the 6s compared to this were like a little more... They were easier to get into in a way, a little more immediately comfortable. Maybe that's my opinion. And again, everything I'm saying is all my personal opinion only. It may be different for you. I'm not giving you any personal advice. Everything you do is at your own risk, of course. But I also felt like they were a little bit more, they didn't have this level of this is more advanced, if you will. The 6s were a little more clunky. The 7s, I don't feel like I think they were faster, but I don't think they definitely wore as well. Now, these are all designed to be trail running shoes, I believe. I believe that's how they're classified, as trail running shoes. So it's maybe not the fastest shoe, pure running shoe, but what I like about this is kind of like a decathlon type of shoe. Maybe not literally, I'm not saying that literally, but in terms of it can do a lot of different things well. So I've moved with these shoes and had some weight on them. Maybe not everything, but I would I'd take one of the big water things, 40 water bottles from Costco. That's like 40 pounds. I'd have it on, and its shoe held up pretty well, right? I would go work out with it. Shoe held up pretty well. I had to have my daughter up, holding her. If we were going to Disney World, I went all around Disney World. Shoe held up, for many miles. Shoe held up well. Still holds up well. I still put them on. They're absolutely my favorite shoe that I put on. So they've lasted. One of the big questions I have, I gave it a very high rating. One of the big questions I had was, how would they hold up? And the answer for me is they've held up just tremendous. I mean, I've had something on the bottom here. I mean, you can still see huge amounts of tread on them. Now, again, it's not like I'm not putting in like 10 miles a day or anything like that, but it's been a year and a half. I have used these shoes, absolutely. And when I went to Disney World, hit them very hard, in terms of mileage, per day with carrying my daughter and all that. I mean, and that was, a little over a year ago, and we did all 4 parks, just boom, 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 back to back. And obviously I've had them over years since then, and I just really like them. Now, one of the things is that, sometimes I personally, and again, I'm not giving any medical advice or anything like that, but I personally, sometimes will have some issues with my feet sometimes. I mean, I've competed at a high level and definitely, got some miles on the body and have some injuries. It's like the saying goes, I retired, but my injuries didn't, right? And because these are formed, I don't know how to describe this right. I've tried a couple of different ways, but it's just something to be aware of. I think it's a really big plus, but it's something to be, again, it's like in cars, you can have a exotic sports car that's super fast, but you're not going to carry 9 people in it, right? I mean, so there's always trade-offs with design, right? So in my opinion, so this will really form up on your feet, and which is great because that's a better, you have a more sort of natural feel, and I think it's a faster feel. Like I said, less clunkiness. But if the more snug it is like if you've got some things going on, you might feel like, for me, I'll feel it much more immediately if I'm having some pain in my feet in certain areas than I will with the 6. But I really, really love this shoe. This is my favorite shoe. So I don't know if I'm describing that quite right. And again, it's my personal experience. I'm not saying, not casting any aspersions. I'm not making any claims. I'm not giving you medical advice, all the rest of it. But I will notice that in this shoe that I haven't noticed in the other shoes, but I still love this shoe. This is still my favorite shoe. It's the shoe that I feel can do the most things and hold up. It's obviously held up. It's held up phenomenally. They've held up phenomenally. I was surprised. We're talking to my wife. I'm like, wow, I ordered those like not this January, last January. So it's been almost, a year and a quarter, right? A little over a year and a quarter. It's amazing. So these held is because a lot of times, 6 months a year, that's kind of what I get out of a shoe. So it's held up amazing. I feel like these are the fastest of the gel ventures that I've used. I don't know. I don't know how to really gauge, in terms of amount of weight or ruggedness versus the 6. I guess that's still an open question. I like the design of this better. I like, it looks really good. I think all in all, you're not really losing anything. My perception is you're gaining a lot of benefits over the 6. You're not really losing anything, in my opinion. And that may be I'm sure, but I just, again, there's trade-offs, but they just still look so good. I mean, let me just show the shoes because the shoes are, and again, I'll have a link underneath where you can get these. I mean, I have to, write down this is live, so I'll put it in later. They look tremendous. They really, and again, read all the disclaimers. Those are very important. They look really good. And I just really, really like it. And I mean, the one thing I had is, will these hold up? How will they hold up over time? And the answer for me is they've held up just great. I also love the laces. They're flat, they're thinner, but they're thicker than the 7s were, and they've held up. You don't see fraying on them. The laces have held up really well. That's great. The padding here is still awesome. So I really like it. I really like the whole deal. I think this is a winner. It's my favorite Asics. That's the bottom line for me. Who knows where they're going to go with the 9? I know there's so many different shoes out there. I might get some different shoes because it seems like people like the shoe content. To try to answer some of the general frequently asked questions. I mean, I've tried to do some in the comments because I get a lot of comments. Do I still like them? Absolutely. Am I still wearing them? Absolutely. Are they my favorite Asics? Absolutely. Could you use them for X, Y, or Z? I don't know. I'm not a runner. I don't do 5Ks, 10Ks. I can't tell you. Do I think I could? Sure. I mean, I would use those in a second. If I'm doing a 100-meter, not that I would, but if I was doing a 100-meter, 200-meter, 400-meter on the track race with the foam, something competitive, then no, it's not a super fast track. It's not a sprinting shoe. It's not designed to be a sprinting shoe. But, could I race in them and still, if I'm really fast, it still work? Yeah. Could I take them on a trail? Absolutely. That's what they're designed for. Could I take them? Could I move with them? Sure. Could I go work out with them? Sure. I mean, you can do it. You can do so. That's what I like about it. That's why I call them. It's very versatile. So I don't know any other way to say it. I mean, again, I'm not saying I'm the shoe expert. We will probably do more shoe content because people do seem to like it, and I think that they must like the way that I review it, so that's good. And again, if you like this content, if it's helping you in any way, please give me a comment below, rate this video up, give me a like, please share it and all that, and please subscribe and turn on notifications. Definitely appreciate that. I mean, I do this stuff for the audience and you all around the world or who makes this channel happen, so we appreciate you and thank you for being there. Probably the fairest statement that I can make, in my opinion, is that it's the best Gel Venture model that I've tried. And Asics is a great name in running shoes, and I think that's a super high compliment. Is it better than this or that or other Asics or other, I don't know. But right now, and particularly for like right now, for me, all day long. I can't wait to get another pair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's phenomenal. It's fantastic. But again, no shoe does everything. When I want to go do heavy squats, no, I'm not going to use these. All right, that doesn't make any sense. So that's why I have my cross trainers for that. And again, if you're trying to race sprinting, then et cetera, et cetera. But for a awesome all-around shoe that also is designed as a trail running shoe, it's a great shoe. Let me think if is there anything else I've missed of the big main comments? Give me a second here. Stay with me. I'm going to go over here and look at just some of the comments here on my channel, see if I'm looking. Okay, we've got here, someone said, thanks, absolutely, thank you, appreciate that. Is it better than, another one here, John Danny, is it better than the Nike Revolution 6? I don't know. I can't say, right? I don't know, and I'll answer some of these as I can here. Have some 8s coming that I will use for workouts and biking. Was impressed with the density. So, right. I mean, yeah, I think they did a great job, right? And props to it. So, listen, those are some comments there. Anyone has any quick comments here? Give me the comments below. I try to answer as much as I can. I do get very busy, so I appreciate your understanding and patience on that. But that's my long-term review. I felt like because I had a lot of content out there and people are still asking questions and people do seem to like it, and some of those other earlier videos, appreciate you all, were highly rated. I felt like it was important for me to get that long-term review out, and the long-term review is a thumbs up. My final rating of these, long-term, all in all, I'll just do a little quick roll around here, is a 9.5. I think they're super strong. I mean, I wouldn't even be afraid to go all the way to the 10 spot. But yeah, I'm just being a little bit of a hard grader because, I don't think anything's a 10. And I do think that, like, there's a couple things sometimes where I'm like, well, maybe it's a little too snug on my foot, or maybe, like I said, I feel you sit on top of the shoe, which is kind of cool. It's kind of different. Maybe you'd want a little more ankle protection. But again, all these things are trade-offs. And I'm sure the people designing this are way smarter than I am about designing shoes and stuff. I'm just the consumer that uses the shoe. One consumer, one opinion, one voice. So I think I'm probably more comfortable with the 9.5. But I think that's the highest rating I've given any shoe. It's really strong for what it is. I love it. It is my favorite Gel Venture shoe out there for Asics. And we probably will, I'm not committing to it, but it wouldn't surprise me. I may be getting more shoes, getting different shoes and trying some different things on, and we might start getting into it because, I like the shoes and people like to hear the comments and the commentary. And, if it's helpful to you, that's fantastic. So anyway, I'm John D. Villarreal, 4-time national champion. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope it kind of completes the series on the Gel Venture 8. But I am looking forward to comparing this against other shoes and getting into it. If you like, once again, I will have information below on where to get a Gel Venture 8. And please read all the disclaimers, very important. And if you like this video, if it helped you in any way, once again, please give me a thumbs up. Please like this video and please subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm John D. Villarreal. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, and I will see you later.